One of the things I find most striking is the presence of Antarctica on ancient maps, because we didn't discover it until 1820.
Graham Hancock has pushed several boundaries, often going beyond what is deemed acceptable. He has ventured into unknown territory, all to dig up truths that have been buried by time. The British author and archaeologist has recently made astonishing discoveries about Antarctica. And once again, his discoveries have stirred up significant intrigue and controversy in the science community. What is it about Antarctica that has Graham Hancock in a frenzy? Would it change all we know about the continent? Join us in this video as we delve into why Graham Hancock breaks in tears and says, Antarctica is not what we are being told. Graham Hancock is most famous for his rather daring takes on lost civilizations of the past. Hancock started his career as a journalist, working for newspapers. He had worked for papers like The Guardian and The Times, some of the biggest names in the industry. Graham's life took a drastic turn after shutting down his journalism career to go after his passions. Graham took to chasing down the past as he hunted passionately for everything that could tell him anything about life in the Dark Ages. Graham Hancock's first publication about his new passion was titled Fingerprints of the Gods, published in 1995. This seminal work proposed the audacious idea that a highly advanced civilization, predating the ancient Egyptians, might have left behind a trail of evidence showcasing their sophisticated knowledge and technologies. Hancock's theories consistently challenge established academic views, encouraging readers to entertain the possibility of long-lost civilizations and unexplained phenomena shaping our past. However, Hancock's unorthodox ideas have generated ardent supporters and vocal critics. Many regard the archaeology guru as a trailblazer unafraid to explore unconventional narratives, while others contend that his theories often lack empirical evidence and rest more on speculative interpretations. Regardless of one's stance, there's an undeniable truth. Hancock has succeeded in sparking hot debates in the science community. He has molded and reshaped discussions about the origins of human civilization. At the heart of Hancock's unconventional perspectives lies the tantalizing notion that Antarctica harbors secrets that challenge the very essence of human history. He posits that the ice-covered expanse we know today as Antarctica might not have always been locked in ice. This provocative idea is supported by geological and archaeological anomalies, including ancient maps depicting Antarctica free from its icy shroud. Evidence such as this leads Hancock to consider the existence of an advanced civilization that thrived on this continent long before the cataclysmic events that led to its decline. Hancock's theories mirror a broader landscape of alternative viewpoints on Antarctica's historical significance. Some researchers and theorists believe Antarctica might have once been part of a larger landmass. One such theory even believes Antarctica was part of the fabled Atlantis, with remnants of this ancient territory concealed beneath the ice. Others propose that Antarctica could have served as a hub for prehistoric human activity, owing to its unique geographical attributes. There is no doubt that these theories are very tempting. They appeal to human imaginative minds. However, they starkly contrast the consensus view held by the scientific community. Mainstream scientists unanimously believe Antarctica has been shrouded in ice for millions of years. Its current ice cap has developed over several million years. The region's extreme climate and geographic isolation pose considerable challenges to archaeological exploration, complicating the collection of concrete evidence to substantiate or refute these alternative hypotheses. Graham Hancock's concept of ancient maps depicting Antarctica is rooted in the idea that some historical maps show detailed coastlines of the continent that would have been accurate before its current ice cover. The Piri Reis map, created in the early 16th century, is often highlighted as a key example. It shows parts of Antarctica's coastline that match modern satellite data. Hancock and others argue that such accuracy suggests the mapmakers had access to advanced knowledge or technologies, potentially from a lost civilization predating our conventional understanding of history. This idea ties into Hancock's broader theory that there may have been ancient civilizations that were more technologically advanced than previously thought. Critics, however, point out several counter-arguments to refute his claims. Some scholars have argued that the apparent accuracy of these maps could be coincidental or the result of map-making errors. Maps from that period were often based on a mix of limited exploratory data, gossip, and imagination. For these reasons, basing evidence on them may be more counterproductive. The maps often contain many inaccuracies, which are overlooked in favor of the few points that align with modern geographical knowledge. In Fingerprints of the Gods, Graham Hancock posits that the Earth experienced a devastating global event approximately 12,000 years ago, wiping out this prehistoric civilization and plunging survivors into what we know as the Dark Ages. Hancock further theorizes that remnants of this lost civilization undertook a global mission to reboot human society. They disseminated their advanced knowledge to early civilizations across the world. This knowledge exchange saw the rise of societies like the Egyptians, Sumerians, and Mayans. To further back up his claims, Hancock points to megalithic structures worldwide. These structures, from the pyramids of Giza to the Moai of Easter Island, exhibit construction and astronomical alignments that suggest advanced knowledge well beyond what is commonly ascribed to their creators. The preciseness of these constructions, the intricate carvings, and the mathematical precision in these structures baffle modern engineers and archaeologists. This boldened Hancock to suggest they are the fingerprints of a much older and more advanced civilization than previously believed. Another backup to Hancock's research is the belief that traditional archaeology and history have not fully acknowledged or understood these ancient monuments' complexity and sophistication. He contends that the structures should not be viewed as separate instances of isolated brilliance. These monoliths should be seen as interconnected evidence of a global civilization with high architectural, astronomical, and mathematical knowledge. In his book, Magicians of the Gods, a sequel to Fingerprints of the Gods, Hancock revisits his theory in light of new archaeological discoveries. He took a special interest in the Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dating back to approximately 9,600 BC. These sites' sophisticated architecture and precise astronomical alignments reaffirm his argument for an advanced prehistoric civilization. According to Hancock, Göbekli Tepe provides tangible proof that a high level of knowledge existed at the end of the last ice age, far earlier than mainstream history suggests. Parallel to his interest in lost civilizations, Hancock's works often explore the use of hallucinogenic substances in ancient societies. He argues that altered states of consciousness were an integral part of these civilizations. These substances were used for religious rites, healing, and to gain insight into the nature of reality. This aspect of his research, though contentious, emphasizes his broader point. He believed that our ancestors were not just sophisticated in a practical sense, but also possessed deep spiritual and metaphysical knowledge. Hancock's work on lost civilizations has stirred controversy, receiving both applause for its bold questioning of established narratives and criticism for its lack of traditional scientific rigor. The intriguing aspect of Hancock's work lies in its challenge to reconsider our assumptions about the past. He leads us to ask whether our history might be richer and more profound than we've been led to believe. In this context, the focus of Hancock's recent work on Antarctica fits into his broader exploration of lost civilizations. Hancock continues his quest to reveal humanity's obscured past by investigating the mysteries shrouded by Antarctica's icy expanses. He believes it is key to understanding our present and shaping our future. As we explore this icy frontier, we follow in the footsteps of a man dedicated to bringing to light the forgotten chapters of human history. No matter how uncomfortable or challenging the idea, Antarctica's concept in ancient maps is a key pillar in Graham Hancock's exploration of lost civilizations. Some of these centuries-old maps depict Antarctica as an icy wilderness we only began exploring in the 19th century. The most famous of these maps is the aforementioned Piri Reis map. This world map depicts South America's southern tip and what is believed to be the northernmost part of Antarctica, free from ice. The accuracy of the map, particularly its portrayal of the South American coastline, is surprisingly precise for the period it was drawn. More intriguing is the depiction of an ice-free Antarctica, a detail that baffles historians and geographers alike. How could a map from the early 16th century portray a landmass that wouldn't be discovered for another 300 years? Hancock proposes that the maps were copied from even older sources now lost to time. Hancock believed these maps were created by a highly advanced civilization capable of sophisticated cartography and sea travel long before classical antiquity. This civilization, Hancock hypothesizes, might have mapped the globe during the last ice age when sea levels were lower and Antarctica was free from its icy cover. Adding his 2 cents to this hypothesis, Charles Hapgood, an American college professor and author of Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings, made this even more intriguing. He suggested that these maps were made using advanced spherical trigonometry. This is a level of mathematical sophistication not associated with ancient civilizations. The advanced spherical trigonometry idea further solidifies Hancock's argument of a technologically advanced civilization existing in prehistoric times. The Phantom Islands of the Arctic, depicted in several medieval maps, also add a dash of intrigue to Hancock's investigation. These Arctic islands that no longer or probably never existed were frequently featured in maps from the 14th to the 16th centuries. These islands were notably absent in later ones. Hancock suggests these islands might have been remnants of a far older seafaring civilization that could navigate the Arctic waters when they were more accessible. These old maps form a cornerstone in Hancock's theories of lost civilizations. Many of Hancock's critics argue these maps were drawn from guesswork or projection by medieval cartographers. However, Hancock's plethora of supporters see them as hints of a hidden history. They believe these maps are a record of a time when a forgotten civilization had knowledge and abilities far surpassing what conventional history credits them. By delving into Antarctica's representation in ancient maps, Hancock isn't just rewriting the icy continent's history. He challenges our understanding of human civilization itself. As we dive deeper into his Antarctic expedition and the astonishing discovery that awaits, we carry with us this cartographic mystery and the questions it raises about our ancestors' knowledge and capabilities. Hancock's expedition to Antarctica symbolizes an understanding of the relentless pursuit of knowledge that characterizes this audacious explorer. Propelled by his belief in a long-lost advanced civilization, Hancock embarked on a journey to the world's edge, aiming to uncover the secrets hidden beneath the Antarctic ice. The journey to Antarctica is a daunting task on its own. Even with the advancements in technology and transportation, reaching the frozen continent is fraught with numerous challenges. The harsh weather conditions, unforgiving terrain, and isolation are just a few hurdles to overcome. To Hancock, however, the allure of the potential discoveries was enough motivation to brave these daunting obstacles. He went on this revolutionary journey alongside a team of experts and explorers. Hancock's expedition began with extensive planning and preparation. Given Antarctica's sterile environment, the team needed the right equipment, clothing, survival gear, a full itinerary, and wide contingency plans. The voyage to Antarctica is as captivating as it is challenging. Upon reaching the continent, Hancock and his team were greeted by an amazing array of glistening icebergs and endless ice sheets. What stood out the most to these seafarers was the absolute silence of this remote landscape. However, even in this barren wilderness, nature found a way to plant life there. Seals, penguins, and various seabirds appearing reminded the team of the planet's resilience and diversity. The expedition was far from comfortable, with temperatures dropping below freezing and storms threatening their progress. What kept the team going was the chance to make a historical breakthrough to provide concrete proof of Hancock's theories. Like many of Hancock's adventures, the Antarctic expedition was a blend of physical exploration and intellectual pursuit. Throughout the journey, Hancock drew upon his research on ancient maps, megalithic structures, and myths of lost civilizations. This was all to connect the dots and reveal the big picture. To Hancock, the expedition was not just about unearthing artifacts or uncovering physical evidence of a lost civilization. What Hancock was aiming for with this expedition was to challenge our understanding of human history. He set out to explore the potential of our species. To Hancock, it was about revealing a past that mainstream science and archaeology have either ignored or failed to recognize. Hancock encourages us to open our minds to the possibility that our history could be far older and stranger than we ever imagined. While critics have often labeled Hancock's theories as pseudoscience, it's hard to deny the excitement and intrigue his explorations bring. His courage to question established narratives, his relentless pursuit of truth, and his audacious explorations into the unknown remind us of the essence of human curiosity. He brings to memory our innate desire to understand our origins. Hancock found evidence of his long, sought-after lost civilization in the icy wasteland of Antarctica. Now we understand why this frozen continent could be the key to unlocking our mysterious past. Hancock's expedition to Antarctica was far from a wild and irrational decision. After braving the harsh conditions and the treacherous terrain of this icy terrain, Hancock and his team made a discovery that could significantly alter our understanding of human history. By utilizing ground-penetrating radar, the team detected anomalies beneath the ice. These irregular patterns were inconsistent with natural formations, suggesting man-made structures hidden below the surface. Intrigued by this potential breakthrough, the team intensively scanned the area, collecting data to be processed and analyzed. In the biting cold, the wait for the data analysis was a trial of patience. When the results were finally processed, they revealed a stunning picture. The anomalies appeared to be structured in a grid-like pattern, reminiscent of a city layout. The findings indicated the presence of large geometric structures beneath the ice. This was a revelation that sent shockwaves through the team. The repercussions of these findings were quite monumental. If what they had located were indeed remnants of a prehistoric civilization, they could validate Hancock's long-standing theories. Not only would they validate Hancock's theory, they would rewrite human history. Right before the team was evidence that an advanced civilization might have thrived in Antarctica before it was encased in ice. This was proof of the possibility that a civilization that possessed knowledge and skills existed. A question begs to be answered, though. How could an advanced civilization have thrived in such a harsh and isolated environment? The answer to the above question lies in Earth's climatic history. Hancock and other proponents of the lost civilization theory suggest that Antarctica was not the frozen wasteland we know it to be before the last ice age. They claim it was a temperate region with a climate suitable for human habitation. However, the implication of an ice-free inhabited Antarctica correlates with the ancient maps discussed earlier, which depict the continent before its icy cover. This theory also aligns with recent geological studies indicating that portions of Antarctica were ice-free as recently as 12,000 years ago. The period perfectly coincides with Hancock's proposed timeline for the lost civilization. However, this discovery is only the beginning. The structures beneath the ice must be explored and studied directly to fully understand and verify the findings. This is a challenging and potentially dangerous undertaking. Yet the potential rewards of such an endeavor are immense. It could provide indisputable evidence of an advanced prehistoric civilization to validate the theories of Hancock and other alternative historians. This Arctic discovery could fundamentally alter our understanding of human history. Critics argue that the discovery could result from natural phenomena or a mistaken interpretation of data. They stress the importance of rigorous scientific scrutiny, thorough research, and peer review. While it is essential to approach these findings with a healthy dose of skepticism and rigorous scientific inquiry, it is just as crucial to remain open to new possibilities and interpretations. It is also worth noting the broader implications of this discovery. If this theory rings true, it underscores the idea that human civilization might be much older and far more advanced than mainstream archaeology suggests. It also reinforces the belief that our ancestors were not just cave dwellers, but explorers, innovators, and builders of a magnitude we're only beginning to comprehend. Graham Hancock's terrifying discovery at the edge of Antarctica is not terrifying because of what it reveals about our past. It shakes up what we know about our present and our future. It begs the question if we as a species could forget such a pivotal chapter of our history. What else could we have forgotten if we forgot our Arctic ancestors? What can we learn from these lost chapters to navigate the challenges of our present and shape the destiny of our future scientific interpretations and reactions? These questions need to be answered as there is much we can learn from the lives of our ancestors. The poignant moment when Graham Hancock was overcome with tears while discussing Antarctica encapsulates the intricate nature of probing unorthodox narratives within the historical and archaeological realms. Despite skepticism and critique, his passionate response echoes his commitment to challenging the status quo. As we reflect on Hancock's impassioned reaction, it is imperative to underscore the roles played by tangible evidence, analytical thinking, and robust discourse in pursuing knowledge. Antarctica remains an enticing subject, beckoning scientists, researchers, and enthusiasts to persist in their quest to unearth its enigmas with a well-rounded and rigorous approach. While emotions can kindle curiosity and engagement, they should ideally complement, rather than supplant, the intellectual rigor indispensable for accurately comprehending humanity's past. Thank you for watching another episode of Voyager. While you are still here, click on the video on your screen to see more mind-blowing videos like this one.